Fountain Studios, England.
Who would have thought Ryan Thomas? Today is the 20th anniversary of The X Factor.
I have to agree, Simon Cowell. And we hope it will be an anniversary to remember...
What are you doing in here, Tamika? I was talking to Ryan Thomas.
Hello, Ryan Thomas and Simon Cowell. I heard that The X Factor is celebrating its 20th anniversary.
Yes, Tamika, and it's going to be a special anniversary. ITV have commissioned a special episode to mark 20 years of the show.
The X Factor was launched on the 4th of September 2004. The most popular winner that you can remember was Little Mix in 2011.
Oh, God. Not Little Mix. They are Reagan Farmer's favourite girl band.
Little Mix consists of Jade Thirlwall, Jessie Nelson, Lee Ann Pinnock and Perry Edwards. You may remember their 2015 single Black Magic, which reached #1 in the UK singles chart.
All right, Tamika, we have heard enough. I've got to talk to Julie about the X Factor's 20th anniversary.
Luton, England.
Did you hear that the X Factor is celebrating its 20th anniversary?
I did hear about it, Hong Mei. The X Factor hasn't been on for 6 years.
I know, Julie. But the X Factor's 20th anniversary is no surprise to you.
Did someone say something about the X Factor?
What do you think you're doing? I was talking to Hong Mei.
ITV have commissioned a special episode of the X Factor to mark 20 years of the show. It will feature the 15 winners from 2004 to 2018, and they will be performing in front of a live crowd of people.
What? You can't really be serious.
The episode will air this evening at 8 o'clock British Summertime on ITV1, and the winners that will be performing are as follows: Steve Brookstein, Shane Ward, Leona Lewis, Leon Jackson, Alexandra Burke, Joe McElderry, Matt Cardle, Little Mix, James Arthur, Sam Bailey, Ben Haino, Louisa Johnson, Matt Terry, Raksu, and Dalton Harris.
That is what I wanted to hear. And I would like to learn more about the history of the X Factor.
Of course, Julie. Let me take you to Fountain Studios, where the X Factor is filmed.
Julie gets in Simon Cowell's BMW i7, and Simon takes her for a drive.
Let's start from the beginning. The concept for the X Factor stemmed from my involvement as a judge on Pop Idol. I made plans to devise a new televised competition in which I would own the television rights and maintain control on decisions held on the programme. In 2004, ITV secured the rights to broadcast the X Factor after I approached them with my concept.
That was an interesting backstory. I was not around when the X Factor premiered.
Let me tell you how the X Factor works. The competition begins with auditions round. You are required to provide a performance across each stage, focused on singing a piece from another artist to gauge your musical talent. If you pass this stage, you then move on to the second stage, in which you perform before a senior production member. You make it to the third stage of auditions, and then conduct your performance and potential singing talent before the judges. To proceed into the next round of the contest, you must secure a majority vote from the judges, otherwise you are eliminated. In the final, the public vote decides the winner, who receives a £1 million recording contract with Psycho Music, in association with Sony, at the end of the competition.
I am very impressed. And I heard every word you said.
The X Factor premiered its first episode 20 years ago today, and ITV know how successful the show was. They are celebrating the 20th anniversary of The X Factor by airing a special episode featuring the 15... Jesus Christ!
We're interrupting our...
Enough! We interrupt your programme to bring you breaking news. Simon Cowell has been involved in an accident while driving to Fountain Studios in London. Police say that he was driving to the location in his car when a van beeped its horn. The car swerved to avoid a collision and fell into the water. It is not yet known whether tonight's special episode to mark 20 years of The X Factor on ITV will go ahead. We now return to your programme.
Fountain Studios, England.
Do you know where Simon Cowell is, Talisa?
I don't know, Ryan. The last time we saw him was when he crashed his car.
What do you think you're talking about?
We were talking about Simon Cowell. He was involved in an accident while driving to Fountain Studios.
No. I don't care if you're referring to Simon Cowell. Can you tell me what happened?
He was driving his car to Fountain Studios when a van beeped its horn. He swerved to avoid a collision, but in doing so, his car fell into the water.
Oh no. That doesn't look good.
We know how you feel, Julie. And we hope Simon Cowell is okay after that accident.
Guys, I have breaking news.
What do you think you're doing? I was talking to Ryan and Tulisa.
I am Alistair Stewart from ITV News, and I came here to tell you that Simon Cowell has been involved in an accident. He was driving to Fountain Studios when it happened.
That is what I was talking to Julie and Tulisa about. Do you know what happened to Simon Cowell?
Did you not hear BBC continuity announcer Matthew Jackson? He has given everything you need to know about the accident.
Come on, Alistair Stewart, there was no need for you to get aggressive. I tried calling Simon Cowell on my phone, but he didn't answer.
It was because Simon Cowell's car fell into the water. And let me give you some wisdom. Don't take your eyes off the road while driving.
What do you mean you're giving me wisdom? I'm not interested in your wisdom.
Come on, Julie. There was no need for you to criticize Alistair Stewart. Anyone can share their wisdom. Even you.
You know what? You're right. My wisdom is the best in the world. Remember, if you're feeling down, you can count on my wisdom. Always.
Of course, everyone can count on your wisdom, Julie, and we have seen your wisdom many times before.
I have to agree with Tulisa. Julie's wisdom is the best, and she uses it to her advantage.
If you'll excuse me, I have to present the ITV Evening News.
This is ITV's Evening News, with Alistair Stewart.
Good evening and welcome to the ITV Evening News. Simon Cowell has been involved in an accident while driving to Fountain Studios in London. The 64-year-old, who is known for being a judge on Britain's Got Talent and The X Factor, was driving to the location in his car when he swerved to avoid a collision with a van and fell into the water. Police say that Cowell's car, a 2022 BMW i7, sank after the impact with the water and is now a £121,005 loss. A spokesman for ITV has confirmed that tonight's special programme to mark 20 years of The X Factor will go ahead as a result of the accident, with Dermot O'Leary hosting the programme for the first time since 2018. That is the only news story we have for the programme. We will have more news stories on the ITV News at 10, but from all of us at the ITV Evening News, goodbye.
Luton, England.
I heard that Simon Cowell had an accident. And we wonder what happened to him.
I know Christian Mansell. We have never seen an accident like this before.
A ITV spokesman has said that the X Factor will go ahead as planned. And it's for the program's 20th anniversary.
In that case, I better turn on the TV.
Now on ITV1. It is time for the X Factor.
I'm terribly sorry. We seem to be having a few technical problems at the moment. We're doing everything that we can to get back to the programme, and we will just as soon as we can.
Oh my God, a person interrupted the X Factor.
What do you mean the program was interrupted? I was watching the intro.
A few minutes later.
You are watching ITV1. Unfortunately, we have ongoing technical problems with tonight's X Factor. What happened was Casper Ackerman from F123 interrupted the intro of the show. Regrettably, tonight's X Factor has been cancelled. This means that you will not be able to see Dermot O'Leary host, and the 15 winners of the show will not be performing. Please go to itv.com/xfactor and read the information on screen. We are very sorry for the inconvenience that this has caused to your entertainment.
What? You can't really be serious.
Let me tell you what the ITV continuity announcer said. The X Factor has been cancelled due to a technical problem.
This is not what we expected from ITV. You will have to tell me what happened.
The introduction of the X Factor was playing until Casper Ackerman interrupted it. And a few minutes later the program was cancelled.
What do you mean the program got cancelled? I was watching it until it got interrupted.
Sorry, but I'm afraid the X Factor has been cancelled. You will have to find other forms of entertainment.
No. I don't want to hear anything else from you. Get out, now.
That is the end of the X Factor. The anniversary show has been cancelled after a technical problem. And we say goodbye to the greatest show on ITV. The end.